Modern life. Modern lifestyle has made our lives easier, comfortable and more civilized. With new technologies, nobody can ignore the usefulness of modernization on our daily life. Today is a success, and every success has a history. How about having a look at what made a better life today? In this video, we are going to watch what discoveries and inventions that changed our lives. Before we get started, if you're watching our video for the first time, please do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button for the latest videos. Fire was discovered in the early Stone Age. Scientists believe that the controlled use of fire was likely found out by an ancient human ancestor known as Homo erectus. This invention has a lot of applications in different areas at different scales. It has proved a great discovery in our evolutionary history. I think without fire, I could probably eat. Paper. Paper is indeed a great invention, and without this, a day is hard to be imagined. The first paper-making process was documented in China during the Eastern Han period 25-220 C, traditionally attributed to the court official Kailan. From there on, these papermakers spread to the Eastern world, Western world and finally to the entire world. Compass. The compass was invented more than 2,000 years ago. The first compass were made of lodestone, a naturally magnetized stone of iron, in Han Dynasty China. This was later used for navigation. Later compass were made of iron needle. This was an important device because it allowed mariners to determine direction. In those times, discovering new places was almost impossible, but the compass made it possible. Refrigerator. The refrigerators were usually used for preserving food. William Cullen, at the University of Glasgow, demonstrated the first artificial refrigeration in the year 1748. In the year 1805, U.S. inventor Oliver Evans designed the first refrigeration machine that didn't use liquid and instead used vapor to cool. Light bulb. Can you ever imagine a night without a light? I think it's hard to live. Thomas Alva Edison, he was the inventor of incandescent light bulb. Of course, there were other scientists who were involved in this, but Edison got most of the credits. Whatever it might be, their invention made us bright. Telephone. A life without communicating is something impossible to think. So this person named Sir Alexander Graham Bell invented a device which helped in communicating with each other. It was called telephone. This was invented in 1876. The main merit of telephone is long-distance connectivity. Computer is and should be a great invention. But modern computers are evolved, modified, updated than the first computers. The first computer was a mechanical computer which was called as difference engine. They used relays, vacuum tubes, which were replaced by transistors and later by integrated circuits. Today, we use microprocessors. So, since transistors played a major role, I would prefer transistor to be in number 4 spot. All of you know that the Wright brothers, Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, were the inventors of airplane. But before they succeed, there were many people who spent life studying and conducting experiments. The Wright brothers were successfully piloted the first powered airplane on 17 December 1903. And the plane was called the 1903 Flyer. But indeed, they helped us to travel the world in shorter time. Vaccines. Vaccine is a substance that produces immunity to specific diseases. Vaccine contains antigen which causes the body to produce antibodies. The first successful vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796. He was the first doctor to introduce and study the smallpox vaccine. Since the health is most important asset in one's life, this is considered to be a great invention. So in our top list is electricity. Electricity is used from smartphones to TVs and from cars to almost in all semiconductor devices. These devices are playing very crucial role in our lives, so this should be in the number 1 spot. Benjamin Franklin was the scientist who proved that lightning has electrons, that is electricity. Most people credit him for discovering that. Also, there are many other discoveries which has changed our lives, such as printing press, internet, World Wide Web, camera and many others. But these are the most necessary ones. The scientists who have spent their lives to make our lives wonderful, I really thank them.